Hi, I'm Yumna, and today on Feel Good Foodie, we're going to make pan roasted Start again. Hi, I'm Yumna, and today on Feel Good Foodie, we're going to make pan roasted Brussels sprouts. So a lot of times, I usually will make Brussels sprouts in the oven, and so I'm always checking what's the temperature again, how long do they need to be in there. With the pan roasted ones, you don't really have to do that. It's all hands-on. It takes 7 to 10 minutes. You're watching it the whole time and kind of nursing the Brussels sprouts. So it's much faster to just make it this way. And this is a really good Thanksgiving side dish that you can just kind of throw on last minute, or you can also just make this any day of the week for any kind of meal. It makes a wonderful side dish with chicken, with steak, with fish, whatever you've got going on. And if you have leftovers, I've learned that it actually tastes really good on salad as well. So this recipe just needs a few simple ingredients and 10 minutes of your time. So let's get started. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix olive oil and butter. I like mixing both of them just because it gives it a deeper flavor when you're roasting it or when you're pan roasting it. So we'll add a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of oil, and we're just going to let all that melt. Next, what we're going to do is, while that's melting, I'm going to just cut some slivers of garlic. Cut it in half. And what we want to do is we want to toss the garlic right away in there. And what you're looking for is just to cook the garlic for 1 to 2 minutes until they're fragrant and light brown. And this is going to be used to add to the dish once the Brussels sprouts are done, but it's also used to flavor the garlic. It's also used to flavor the olive oil and the butter. So we're getting a nice infusion of that garlic flavor right into the fat that we're using to cook the Brussels sprouts. And you can tell they don't need a lot of time. As soon as you start to see some brown spots, just remove them right away from the heat and just place them in a small bowl. We'll come back to these at the end of the recipe. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place the Brussels sprouts right in the pan. So what you want to do is cut them in half. After they've been washed and dried, just cut them in half and place them cut side down, and you'll hear that sizzle right away. And you want to use a pan that's large enough so that you're not crowding the Brussels sprouts. Because what you're going to do is, if you crowd the pan, it's just going to steam the Brussels sprouts, and that's not what we're going for. We're going for like a pan roasted kind of feel here. Into the pan, if you wanted to, you can also add some onions. I love using these little cute pearl onions, and I just cut them in half and toss them in there. So they really scream Thanksgiving, and they just give the flavor, give the Brussels sprouts some extra flavor and more texture in there as well. So just toss them in there. And if you have extra leaves too from the Brussels sprouts, feel free to throw them in there. Once you start hearing that they're really sizzling, you can start to toss them. And you'll see that once we toss them, they're getting a beautiful golden color to them. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so once we start noticing that the color is starting to deepen and they're starting to get that nice golden color, we'll go ahead and add some salt and pepper. So seasoning it at this point instead of in the beginning, make sure that the salt doesn't actually steam them, but just adds to the flavor right at the end of cooking. And then you can just give it a stir, turn off the heat, and they're ready to go. This is the point where I'll go ahead and add the garlic that we cooked before, and I'll toss that in there. If you're not a fan of garlic, you can totally skip that step, but you'll see that it adds a nice crunch and really wonderful, strong garlic flavor to it. And this is done. So it's basically all hands-on the stove. There's no need to roast it in the oven. There's no need to think about temperature time or think about how long it needs to be in there. It just basically gets pan roasted and it's ready to be served. So I'll go ahead and put it in here. And when it's all done, I like to take some lemon juice and just squirt it on top. It really just brightens the flavor after something has been cooking for so long. And if you wanted to, you can also take some Parmesan cheese or Gruyere cheese and just shred it on top as well. This is completely optional, but it really helps to just give the recipe more body and more flavor. So I like adding that on top of it. And that's it. The side dish is done. This makes for a wonderful Thanksgiving side dish, or a side dish for anything else that you're doing, even an appetizer. And it can be vegan, very easy to make it vegan by omitting the butter. And it's one of those recipes that just makes you feel so good eating it and makes your body feel so good. So I hope you try this recipe, and I hope you share it with me when you do. Okay, I'm gonna share it now with my video guy. Are you ready to try it, Matt? With or without garlic? No garlic. All right, here's a Brussels sprout. Go ahead and taste it. Oh, okay. I had a feeling it was going to be thumbs down, but I'm proud of you for trying the Brussels sprout, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe as well. And if you like this recipe, why don't you go ahead and give it a thumbs up below, and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of these videos every time that I release a new one. If you do like this and you want to see more how-to videos for how to make healthy recipes, healthy side dishes like this pan roasted Brussels sprouts, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.